Hi, it's Jen from Shabby Fabrics here to introduce our newest block of the month. This is called Christmas Redwork, designed right here at Shabby Fabrics. And I love the combination of redwork, especially for Christmas. I mean, we pull out all the stops, right? As well as some fun patchwork. So it's just a lovely combination. It's a nice size for an entryway table. Right in your home, or maybe even to give as a gift. What an amazing gift that would be. We're running this as a 9-month block of the month program, so you can just focus on one part of the quilt at a time for a total of 9 months. And in that 9th month here in this block, we'll send you not only the fabrics for the background and the patchwork, but the finishing kit, your sashing, cornerstones, your inner border, your outer border, binding, and we're even including the backing in your kit. I love that. I love it when it's the whole solution, right? Still, you have to do some hand embroidery and some patchwork, but that's the fun part. Also be filming some supporting videos. So if you're like, I don't know about hand embroidery, it's been a long time, I'll talk you through it. It's a lot of fun and it's very relaxing. You know, sometimes when we're doing patchwork, we have to have electricity, it's noisy, we're sitting down. Really, you're kind of concentrating. I love that an embroidery project can travel with you. No electricity needed, right? Once you have your design trace on your background using a light source, you can even put that up to a sliding glass door if you want. Although I love using my Way for One light box. Then it's quiet and it's just you, and I love that. So what we use to put the project together is on the table. And let's just talk about that light box since I kind of touched on it. Of course, you'll be getting your diagrams that you'll need to trace onto your background fabric for embroidery. We're making sure we're giving you a generous piece of fabric each month so that you can easily hoop that fabric. So your process will be, and I'll certainly go through this in the extra videos I'll be filming, light source, diagram, background, trace that. I would use a red friction pen because it will erase with heat. If you make any kind of tracing errors whatsoever with a friction pen, it will erase. I love that. If you've got black, it would work, but I would pick red just because we're doing red work. Trace that on there, do your embroidery. I'll film some tutorials on that as well. If you're a little shaky on the embroidery, I'll get you all covered on that. Once that's done, you have an oversized piece. Bring that to your wool pressing mat. This is going to be a really important tool for us. We're going to turn our embroidery upside down, so we're ironing from the back side. The wool has a give to it, so all that stitching you work very hard to achieve will not be mashed and matted. It will sink into the wool as you press that out. We'll bring that to our spinning mat using our 6.5-inch square up ruler. We'll center that over our design. You can see that right there. And then you'll be able to trim around that, rotating the mat. You don't have to pick up the project. Once you start trimming, you make your first cut, rotate, make your second cut, and you continue around. That's the best way to square up. Not lifting is a very important part of really accurate squaring up. I have another ruler on here, and that's because the blocks themselves with the patchwork included do finish at 9.5. So if you like to have a ruler, you're setting right on top of that to confirm it's the right size. Creative Grid, knowing them, has that 9.5-inch ruler, and you could certainly set that right on top of that. Not a required ruler, but it's always nice to just have that to place on top of the project. And I'll tell you, you'll use those square up rulers on more projects than just this one. We just have a smaller additional Creative Grid ruler for doing our half square triangles, which are our patchwork. And this is just a nice one to have when we're squaring up those for patchwork. Again, something I would be demonstrating in our supplemental videos. And then just starting left and working right, patchwork. Patchwork means certain things need to come into play for the patchwork to all come together perfectly. The points are what you want them to be. Patchwork pins, seam guide, fresh blade, and the rotary cutter are all very important things. And then moving across the table, of course, we talked about our marking tools. And of course, we're doing embroidery. We need to have some tools so we can be successful with embroidery. We'll be sure to include embroidery floss, and we'll also be including the buttons. So as we kind of look at our blocks, you can see we couldn't resist embellishing them with some red buttons, and they'll also be included in your final shipment. If you have any struggles with threading that needle, sometimes I do. I give a nice clean snip on that with some Karen K Buckley's. Even then, if you're like, I'm tired, I can't see that, go ahead and grab that clover needle threader. And if you have challenges with knotting, Thread Magic may be a good assistant there to help you just keep that nice and kind of glossy and resist the likelihood of tangling. So this is one you want to be a part of. Redwork projects don't really come along that often. We haven't done one in quite some time. And again, just that ability to enjoy some hand embroidery in combination with patchwork. A lot of what we do sometimes just always involves the sewing machine, right? It's quiet. It's quiet time that I'm enjoying just to do some handwork. So grab your spot, let a friend know as well. Grab any notions that you might need, and I'll see you over on the supporting videos as we kick off our Christmas Redwork Block of the Month. I'll see you then.